वेलकम टू RK Edu Nexus. इन आवर रैंडम क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर सेशन हमारा प्राइमरी गोल है कि आपकी परीक्षा से पहले हम सभी सवालों का कवर करें जो कि परीक्षा में सबसे ज्यादा संभावित हैं। और ये सवाल पिछले वर्षों के NORCET, AIIMS, RRB, ESI, PGIMER की परीक्षाओं के प्रश्नों पर आधारित हैं। Join us regularly to make sure your selection.
Which of the following is the hypoglossal nerve? A. Sixth nerve. B. Seventh nerve. C. Ninth nerve. D. 12th nerve.
And the answer is option D, 12th nerve. The name hypoglossal was first used in the 18th century by the Danish anatomist Jacob Winslow. The name comes from the Greek words hypo, under, and glossa, tongue. The hypoglossal nerve is named as such because it is located hypo, under, the glossa, tongue. In other words, it is located below the tongue. The nerve originates from the medulla oblongata, which is located in the brainstem, and travels down to the tongue. The hypoglossal nerve is a very important nerve, as it is responsible for controlling the movements of the tongue. This means that it is essential for speech, swallowing, and tasting. Damage to the hypoglossal nerve can cause weakness or paralysis of the tongue, which can make it difficult to speak, swallow, or taste. Here are some of the symptoms of hypoglossal nerve damage. Drooping of the tongue to one side. Difficulty speaking clearly. Difficulty swallowing. Difficulty tasting food. Difficulty moving the tongue from side to side.
Which part of the eye acts as a whole space that allows light to enter? A. Lens. B. Retina. C. Choroid. D. Pupil.
And the answer is option D, pupil. The pupil is the black hole in the center of your eye. It's not actually a hole, but it looks like one. The iris, which is the colored part of your eye, controls the size of the pupil. In bright light, the iris contracts to make the pupil smaller. This reduces the amount of light that enters your eye, so you don't get blinded. In dim light, the iris dilates to make the pupil larger. This allows more light to enter your eye, so you can see better. Here are some points to make it funny. The pupil is a black hole, but it's not a dangerous one. It won't suck you in. The iris is like a dimmer switch for your pupil. In bright light, your pupil gets smaller, like a scared cat. In dim light, your pupil gets bigger, like a party animal. The lens, retina, and choroid are all important parts of the eye, but they do not act as a whole space that allows light to enter. The lens focuses light onto the retina converts light into electrical signals, and the choroid provides nutrients to the retina.
The fluid substance present on the anterior part of the eye is A. Aqueous humor. B. Vitreous humor. C. Perilymph. D. Endolymph.
And the answer is option A, aqueous humor. The name aqueous humor comes from the Latin words aqua, meaning water, and humor, meaning fluid. This is because aqueous humor is a clear, watery fluid, called aqueous humor. It's like a clear, watery soup that helps to keep your eye healthy and functioning properly. If you were to take a sip of aqueous humor, it would probably taste like tears, because it's made up of the same stuff. But don't worry, you're not going to have to drink any aqueous humor to pass this test.
Yes?
Just remember that it's the clear, watery fluid in the front of your eye, and the answer is A. Correct option, A. Incorrect options. Option B is incorrect because vitreous humor is present on the posterior part of the eye. Option C is incorrect because perilymph is found in the inner ear. Option D is incorrect because endolymph is found in the inner ear.
The fluid that is critical to maintain the eye shape and attach the retina to its place is A. Aqueous humor, B. Vitreous humor, C. Perilymph, D. Endolymph.
And the answer is option B, vitreous humor. Now only we learn that vitreous humor is present on the posterior part of the eye. The vitreous humor is named as such because it is a clear, jelly-like substance that is similar to glass in its consistency. The word vitreous comes from the Latin word vitreous, which means glassy. The vitreous humor is made up of about 99% water, with the remaining 1% being made up of collagen, proteins, salts, and sugars. The collagen gives the vitreous humor its jelly-like consistency, while the other components help to keep it clear and transparent. The vitreous humor is sometimes called the second eye because it is so important to vision. I hope you found these facts fun.
And for additional query, search on YouTube RK Edu Nexus, and get brief note on topics, join our Telegram channel, same name RK Edu Nexus.